Hello there. Oh, okay. Hello, hello. How are you? Oh, okay. Oh, I need a fan. I'm never usually on time because I've been having computer issues, but hello. Just gonna give it a few minutes and give a few people time to come in. Trying to be overly prepared and send out my messages early doesn't seem to have been a good idea. Well, as we all know, today is Father's Day, and I'm doing this live to honor the fathers. So, for any fathers, happy Father's Day. I'm not celebrating Father's Day, although a majority of my um, kids' life, I have been the mother. I've been the only person they've been able to rely on. But I still am not going to be celebrating Father's Day because I believe that really needs to be left to the fathers. As well as Mother's Day, there are some single fathers out there who also celebrate Mother and Father's Day. So, to all the fathers, happy Father's Day. Whether you're a father biologically or you are a father through a relationship or whatever the case may be. Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. Just today, I wanted to basically mainly just honor the Black Kings. And my daughter told me it was a good time to actually promote my Black King poem on Father's Day. So happy Father's Day. Are you a father? Or is there any fathers out there that's watching? And I'm still learning how to do my YouTube thing. So I've been recording it and I haven't been able to go back and watch the messages, but now I finally figured out how to do that. So I've been missing all the messages that have been going on and they have been absolutely amazing. And I didn't want to take them away. So I finally got the messages on there. But are you a father? Is there any fathers out there? If so, happy Father's Day. Today is actually going to be a PG. There are no erotic poems, so I hope I'm not disappointing anyone because it this is mainly going to be a PG live, and I'm hoping I'm able to make it through the whole thing because I did injure my back And I'm going to try to make it through this hour. Um, so bear with me if you see me breathing or moving around. If I have to end it early, I will, but I'm going to try to see how much I can get through because I want to be a person, a woman of my word. And I want to definitely do my Father's Day poem. But again, like I said, I do want to honor the fathers. And while I'm waiting for some fathers to come in and let me know if they're fathers or whatever, I want to do my message poem first. This is a poem I wrote. I like to write different things for Black History. So this one is called The Message. And then I'm going to do my Dear Black King poem and tell you how I came to writing the Dear Black King poem. So first, I'm going to do my The Message poem. Again, because I'm honoring our Black men. Unarmed Black men are more likely to be shot and killed by cops. These killings are accompanied by explanations that cite the physical size of the Black man that was shot. They believe Black men to be more capable of physical harm than a white man the same size. All these excuses they use because they have no regard to our life. The police justify the use of force on a Black man even when he is unarmed. But mental illness is used on a white man even when he causes harm. And although Carter G. Woodson launched Negro History Week the second week of February, we extended it to be every day. But regardless of the year we're in, we still have to pray. Pray that they stop stereotyping and stigmatizing us for our culture and style. Stop isolating us and putting us in helpless positions when we're trying to raise our child. We're worth more and we've done more, so put some respect on my race. Stop putting us in these insignificant categories and look me in my face. Were we committing crimes were we committing crimes or were we drug addicts when we built America on our backs? But you break up our families and put us in poverty areas and tell us it's the education that we lack? How could this be the land of the free when my man is guilty because of the color of his skin? But you want me to smile and vote, obey your laws when the Constitution needs to be rewritten? Booker T. Washington said, I have learned that success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life, but by the obstacles he had to overcome while trying to succeed. I'm tired of us being ignored and only praised when we entertain you on TV. We can make your jump shots and score your touchdowns, and then we're a part of the team. But when the police pull us over, it's the Black skin that they see. You fear my people. That's what your action said. You change our history to yours, messing up our heads. We'll never know that Frederick Douglass' real name is Frederick Bailey and Harriet Tubman is really Araminta Ross. You teach us what you want us to know, and the rest of our history you toss. W.E.B. Du Bois predicted that in the 20th century, our issue would be the problem of the color line. Well, my color is natural and I don't have to tan, so I don't have a problem with mine. That is my message. That is my poem called The Message. And I know I've done it on other lives, but again, because this is to honor our Black kings, I wanted to start off with some of the issues that our Black kings go through and talk about that and honor, again, like I said, everyone that's a father isn't a father. You're not a father just because you had a child, and you're not a mother just because you birth a child either. So our fathers are our fathers because they choose to be. They love the children. They love us. Your father can be your brother, your father, your sister. I mean, not your sister. I'm sorry. Your father, your uncle, your cousins. Father could even be a friend. I've had friends that have also stepped in and helped me with my kids. I don't know if any of you guys have ever also helped other people that you know that have kids and been a father to them. Thank you. I don't know if you ever have been in a situation where you had to help someone with their kids and step in and be a father, but my father poem, my Black King, Dear Black King poem is mainly to honor our Black kings And I came up with that poem. I actually wanted to write that poem when I wrote the message poem. I wanted to write this poem that said, Dear Black King, dear Black King, dear Black King. I mean, dear Black man, not Black King, dear Black man. And I couldn't. Like when I was writing the poem, I just couldn't get that Dear Black Man poem that I wanted to write. So I ended up writing the message. And I like the poem. I'm hoping you like it too. And then I was talking to another poet, and he wrote a Dear Black Queen poem. And when he wrote it and he let me hear it, I told him that is why I couldn't write the Dear Black Man poem, because you're not just a Black man, you're a Black king. And it wasn't giving you the recognition that I feel you needed. So that's why I couldn't do Dear Black Man. It just wasn't giving it enough. So then I was able to put together my Dear Black King poem. And some of it I've taken from different people that I have come across in my life, different situations, and different things that I have heard. So everything I write is not from personal experience. It's sometimes different things that I have heard from other people. I actually have a friend that when I was writing the poem, I let them hear it, and they were like, you know what, I would like to hear a poem that says this, this, and this. And I was able to add those things to it as well. And it's crazy, but this is another poem. A lot of my poems are done with music. This one is not done with music, as well as my the message poem, of course, you heard, is not done with music. So my Dear Black King poem, I'm about to do it, and I hope you like it. Please let me know how you feel about it. My Dear Black King, when the sun rose this morning, it opened my eyes to see. All these years, I've been in the presence of a Black king. Your presence is underestimated because it's covered with the strength that hides the pain. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and to say it's too heavy seemed to cause you shame. You have been the provider, the protector, the pleaser, and the pastor. You have been a blessing in my life sent down from our master. I want to know everything about you, from your childhood to where we are now. I want to be that table you can lay your pain on while we sit down. I want to know your joys, your lessons, and share new adventures and experiences. I want you to know I love you, and I'm willing to work hard for this. I want to be there to hold your hand when you hit that block, look you in your eyes, and let you know that I'm also here for the hard walk. Let you know it's okay to cry. I'll kneel down on my knees to lift your head up. You are a strong Black king, and I got your back. We won't give up. You are the man your son looks up to, and the man who is his daughter's first love. You teach your son how to stand tall, and your daughter that a man can also treat her as sweet as a dove. You teach how to give respect and how to demand it without saying a word. You know how to make your presence known and at the same time walk in a room without even being heard. You step up as a man when others fall short, being a father to other men's children and putting in all the hard work. So saying you're my man doesn't cover everything to me. So I'm saying I'm honored to be your queen because you are my Black king. Thank you. That is my Dear Black King. Um, of course, there's so many other things that we can say about, thank you. There are so many other things that we can say about our Black kings that they have been able to do. Therapists. I mean, there's so many other responses. There's so many other characters, so many different hats that our Black kings have put on. Hey, how are you? So many other hats that our Black kings have put on that they do not get recognized for. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we need to, take that time to actually let them know that we honor them, we love them, and we actually respect them. It's not easy for a Black man in this world at all. And I see everything that our Black men go through because I have one. I have a son, and I teach him every day that he was born with two strikes on his head. He's Black and he's a male. So he has two strikes on his head from the jump. And I tell him the one thing that he cannot let people take from him, and that's his education. He has to get his education so that he don't lose his mind. His mind is going to be what takes him places. Now, just for the simple fact that he's a Black man, that's going to be a harder walk for him than it will be for anyone else. Just having that melanin, and the darker it is, the harder it is. I'm not going to say that light skinned men get it any easier, but it's just as soon as that Black man, regardless of the complexion, walks into a room and he is in a room with a lot of other different cultures, he has to find a way of basically showing who he is without even saying a word. So that's why I said you can walk in a room and make your presence known without even saying a word. And that's just because you're Black. So you just have to make sure that when you walk into that room, that you walk into that room with a positive note. Like, you have to make sure that people look at you in a positive light, because the first thing they do to our Black men is look at them negative. But I've been in the car and I was driving and I got pulled over and the police let me go. I was fine. Okay. That same day, at this time, I was married, and my husband, he was driving. Was it the same? No, it was a different day. We drive, and he was driving, and he got pulled over twice in less than a half an hour. And they were not very nice to him because he's a Black man. And he swore, you know what? I'm not driving anymore. I'm just going to let you drive because you don't get tickets. And it's crazy because I do see that it is a lot more difficult for a Black man to get any type of pass. You're Black. You don't get a pass at anything. Just for the simple fact that you are Black makes it more difficult. So I want you to know that I honor you. I love you. I think a Black man is like the most sexiest creature. I'm sorry, not creature, but you are just the most sexiest specimen on God's given earth. And I wouldn't give you up for nothing. Yes, you are judged before even opening your mouth, just for the simple fact that you are Black. They already look at you. Thank you. They already look at you as, like I said in my other poem, they look at us as being less educated. Like, we don't have as much education as them, and we can go to school, go to the same schools, and it's like when I don't even know. It's when you look at other cultures and you see that they're in school, it's to be expected. You see the Koreans in school, and it's, oh, okay, that's what they do. You see the Hispanics in school, and it's like, oh, okay, you're in school, that's great. But you see a Black man in the school, it's like, you're really doing good. Like, what? Like, and it's not like you're really doing good because you're Black. It's you're really doing good because we can't believe that you're a Black man and you're really trying to get an education. Like, you're doing really good. Like, you're not one of the rest of them. Or you're trying to be a father and you're taking care of your kids, and you're looked at as, oh my gosh, you're really doing good. You're really trying to really do this with your son. Like, that is really honorable of you. Like, there's something wrong with our men. Like, we don't have good men. you make it harder on a lot of the police. The law makes it harder on our men to be the man that they want to be, even from as small as being pulled over for a ticket. It doesn't matter what you do, for the simple fact that you are Black. When you do it, it's going to be more difficult for you. You can walk into a store with a hoodie, it is a problem. And you don't even have to have a hoodie. You can walk into a store and you can have on a suit and they still look at you like you're about to do something wrong. And I'm sorry, a white man can walk into the suit in a store with a hoodie and sweatpants and whatever. Okay, all right. You want to say that here, or you want to say that where? Like, sorry, my daughter is also like yelling at me. A white man can walk into the store and it doesn't matter what he has on. He is not looked at as a threat. If he does anything at all, they look at him as being having some type of issues. And you cannot, sorry, I'm trying to think while I'm dealing with my own issues. But even with the different killings, after a shooting, they take a white man to go get Burger King. They take a Black man around the corner and beat his ass. But they don't take a white man around the corner and beat his ass. They look at him as, when he was growing up, he was showing signs of mental illness and he has these issues and he shouldn't be looked at this and we should have been getting him help and blah, blah, blah. But if a Black man has an issue, and of course, I'm not going to say that that it's okay for a Black man to shoot up anything, but if a Black man goes out and he shoots something, they will pull every piece of anything, even if he was innocent and he was the one that was murdered by by a white man. They will pull everything from his social media to show that he was some type of a problem. If he listened to rap, they are going to pull that from his social media to say, oh, this is the type of person he is because he was listening to this. But they won't do that to anyone else. And it's about time that we just stop and just look at our own people and look at our own race and start actually helping each other, pull each other up. What do you think we need to do as Black men to use all these to our advantages? I'm sorry, I don't think a Black man is ever going to have an advantage here. I wish I can say that a Black man will have an advantage, but we can go to school, we can try to build our own communities. If we try to build up our own communities and like push away the white people, the police are going to be right there trying to tear it down and saying that we're doing something wrong and it's a gang and it's gang related. If we try to do anything in our own communities, like we can't even really have our own communities, because if you look at the areas that they try to give us for our community, those are low poverty areas. Like there's nothing there. The school systems are horrible. If you go into certain areas, you can tell the majority of who is living in that area just by the area. And it's crazy because you can go to a nice area, a really built up area. And even though they say that they do not try to steer people away when purchasing homes, they do without doing it. But they do it without you knowing that they're doing it. They will show you certain areas and they will keep other areas away from you, even if you can afford it. They don't want to show you certain areas because they want those areas to be predominantly white. I don't care. That it is what it is. And although they're not supposed to do that, they do. So if you want to put your kids in an area where the school systems are good and your child don't have to worry about something happening on the way to school or home, I don't know what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to get a white friend to act like they're purchasing. I think we can turn things around by helping each other, mentorship, education, employment. Yes, we can. But the only thing is, as soon as every time, if we try that, and I like the different programs that I do find for my son, because like I said, I do tell my son that he has two strikes against him. And I do put him in different programs where it is mentorship by a lot of Black colleges that do reach out to help each other, to pull each other up. And it does take one person. You got to start with at least that one person. And as soon as we start trying to do anything, the hard part is as soon as they see that we're growing and we're getting bigger, they come in even harder to try to shut us down. So it's how do we do this? Where do we get the areas? Like they have the Boys and Girls Club. They have different programs that are out there, but they still try to make it difficult for us to even build. It's not the most easiest thing because we have a lot of men that have to work and having to work, and then after work trying to get them to mentorship and talk to another Black man and try to get another Black man, good afternoon, hello, and try to get another Black man to just reach out and help another like young kid. I don't know. I would love to say that, and I don't think we can't do it. I just think it's going to be very difficult because as soon as we try to do anything we try to do together, there's always going to be the law that's going to be there that's going to try to tear us down, to try to make it horrible. There is an area in Baltimore, and they have a program, and I want to say it correctly, and I know I'm going to mess it up, but they call it the Black Ass Flea Market. Everything there is all Black. And when I look into it, and I did go to one, it is great. But you always see that there are those cops that are just right there on the outside, just waiting. You can't have things going too late. They want to shut it down at a certain time, which I feel is not fair because I also go to other areas where you see there's a lot of activities going on that white people are doing, and they're going all night. But when it's the Black people, it has to be shut down by a certain time because anything late, then you got to worry about noise pollution. Then the police are like, okay, break it up. You guys are, it's too many of y'all in one place and we're in fear of our life. But they don't do that in the other areas where there's a white person having this party that lasts until 2 o'clock in the morning, or these events that the white people are holding that last until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't see that there. So it's like as soon as we try to do something, they're there to try to shut it down. It can only last a certain amount of time. They don't want us doing too much together or congregating together, building each other up, doing anything positive. They don't want us to build our own self up because at the Black Ass Flea Market, and I do believe that is the right name of it, and I want to look it up again. Again, like I said, it's in Baltimore. It has to be shut down by a certain time. And there's Black vendors, and I love it because I'll go there, and if I'm going to buy jewelry from someone, I want to go there. I want to support them. I don't want to go to another store and support this other store and their things. I want to support my people. I want to bring my people up. I want to see what I can find. I know I listen on the radio now, and there's different programs on the radio that says, okay, we're going to promote Black businesses. And in certain times, like they'll say, this week, we want to promote these Black businesses. So if you haven't promoted these Black businesses, these are the Black businesses, please look them up. And it's like, okay, let's look them up and let's see what they have. I don't see anyone, and I go to different places, I don't see anyone going to TJ Maxx or Marshalls and trying to talk the person down for their jeans that are $42 and $56. I don't see you going to the register trying to talk the salesperson into giving you those jeans cheaper But I see it when we're at our own stores and we see our Black people trying to sell stuff and building their self up. We will sit there, hey, Rev, we'll sit there and we will try to tell them, hey, you know what? Yo, these jeans are $36. Yo, you can't give them to me for 20. Like, why do we do that? It's not fair. Like, if we can go to Marshalls and without a doubt, or TJ Maxx or Burlington, and without second guessing it, we'll see the jeans, we'll like them, and we'll purchase them. We don't try to talk it down, but we go to our own people and we see what they're what they're selling, and we'll try to talk it down. Why? Why do we want to like do that to our own? Like, we need to stop doing that as well. There's a lot of things that we're doing that we need to stop doing, but we also do need to educate. And when we see people doing things that they shouldn't do, we need to educate. They always say that it takes a village, and it does. Like, we really need to be our own village and help the rest of us. And it's not just our Black men, because we have our girls out there. And if we don't teach them what a real Black man should consist of, and if we don't teach a Black man how to be, if we don't teach our young boys how to grow up and be a Black man, how to be a man, then our young ladies are not going to grow up and know how to be a woman. And all of that do start in the home. We do have to try to teach them that there's certain ways to conduct yourself. You should present yourself in a certain manner. You shouldn't be out here. And it's difficult because if anything is positive out here on the streets, they don't want to promote that too much. And there's a lot of positive people. And the only time you can see them is if you look them up on YouTube. You have to look up anything positive on YouTube. But anything that's not positive, it's on every social site, it's on the TV, it's on the radio, it's everywhere you can find it, because it's a negative look at us and it's to keep us down. So you're going to see the twerking. Yeah, there's always been twerking our whole life. Let's not act like this is the first time, because they've been twerking way before I was born. I saw twerking way before twerking came out. So it's not the first time. It was just with clothes on, but it just progresses into something more. Now you're going to see it getting even worse. I don't know what it's going to be like when my granddaughter get older. I have absolutely no idea what the world is going to be like when she get older, or what she's going to be walking into. So the only thing that we can do is try to show her that, hey, what's going on? So the only thing we can try to do is show her how to be a young lady now. And the only thing I can do is try to show my son how to be a young man now. And I am so thankful that my son has a father who is there for him, who helps me with him, and who is constantly on him about his education as well, and about doing right, and about doing like he's my father, like he's my son's father. He's always been there for him. And he's not even my son's biological father. But that man, you can't tell him anything different, because he has been there for him. And I don't think he's ever going to leave my son. And I'm very honored to have met him and to have been able to be in the presence of him and call him a Black king. He has been one of the Black kings, the first Black king I feel I have really ever dealt with. And after dealing with him, it really kind of made dealing with any type of other man difficult. So I can't deal with fuck boys. And we still going to have those. Doesn't matter how many times we want our men to be Black kings. We're still going to have these fuck boys out there. And those are the ones we need people to really reach out to. These fuck boys. Stop being fuck boys. Stop having kids and just leaving them. And then we got to tell the women to stop opening up your legs and allowing them to just drop off their kids. And then you got to raise them. Like, don't get mad. So, I mean, but this is not about them. This is about our Black kings. I don't want to get into that. But hello to everyone else that just came in. Yes, I did read my Black King poem, but I am not, I can do it again if you guys didn't hear it. And if you want to hear it, I can repeat my Black King poem again. Just let me know. And it's crazy because this one is my PG um, YouTube. But when I was talking about fetishes, it was crazy. But I talk about honoring our Black men, and I'm not getting as much. But I will do the Black King poem again. And then after that, I don't know how long my I am in a little bit of pain. So after I do my Black King poem, I'm gonna do another poem and kind of like end this one a little early because I need to breathe. And I'm just in a little bit of pain. And I don't know, I think maybe my drugs are wearing off. Okay, so this is my dear Black King. When the sun rose this morning, it opened my eyes to see. All these years, I have been in the presence of a Black King. Your presence is underestimated because it's covered with the strength that hides the pain. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and to say it's too heavy seemed to cause you shame. You have been the provider, the protector, the pleaser, and the pastor. You have been a blessing in my life sent down from our master. I want to know everything about you from your childhood to where we are now. I want to be that table you can lay your pain on while we sit down. I want to know your joys, your lessons, share new adventures and experiences. I want you to know I love you and I'm willing to work hard for this. I want to be there to hold your hand when you hit your block. I want you look you in your eyes and let you know I'm also here for the hard walk. Let you know it's okay to cry. I'll kneel down on my knees to lift your head up. You are a strong Black King. I got your back. We won't give up. You are the man your son looks up to and the man who is his daughter's first love. You teach your son how to stand tall and your daughter that a man can treat her as sweet as a dove. You teach how to give respect and how to demand it without a word. You know how to make your presence known and at the same time walk in a room without being heard. You step up as a man when others fall short, being a father to another man's child and putting in all the hard work. So saying you're my man doesn't cover everything to me. So I'm saying I'm honored to be your queen because you are my Black King. So I'm sorry, what was the LOL? What was so funny? What my fetish video like was just going crazy and now like I'm talking about positivity and it's not as adventurous, like it's not going crazy like everything else. Hey there, Stephen, how are you? I also I'm going to so again, like I said, to all the fathers, I do want to say happy Father's Day. And to all the Black kings, I want to say you are honored. And there are women out here, and we do respect you and love you. And we do look for you. The only problem is most of the time when we're looking for Black kings, you guys are taken. And some of them, I don't even know what the heck their problem is. Some of them are taken by the wrong person. But anyway, we're not going to go there right now. um, but I am going to start to end this so that I can go. I'm going to get ready to say my farewell poem. That's why. This is another one that I wrote. This one is with music. And I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go ahead and end my stream. And I do thank you guys for coming out and being a part of this. And this one is called That's Why. I've toyed with the word love and how it equates to you, the meanings, the feelings, the emotions I go through. The first sight of attraction was purely erotic. The feeling of your touch, I can't stop thinking about it. You're a passionate lover, and you keep me aroused. No other man can match your lovemaking skills. They should just throw in a towel. But that was just the beginning, the start of our line. I have an unfeigned love for you, genuine and kind. I can never be jealous because my heart is loyal to you. Anything that makes you happy makes me happy too. I wanted to close my eyes to these feelings, hide and tuck them away. But my heart kept growing more in love with you. Every day, the sound of your voice brings my affection to its peak. I became sapiosexual for you, and my heart gets weak. Your knowledge, your wisdom, the things you speak into the air, you turn me into an animal, but one that wants to be protected by despair. That's why I love you so much. And that's why I crave your touch. Okay, you said, I want to say happy Father's Day to all the good dads out there and to some of these women quite messing with them who are, quit messing with them who are trying to be good men. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There are women, and I hate that I have come across a few women that use the kids as leverage. Like, you're not going to be able to see your kid because you got that chick or whatever. If you're not with them, you have to let that man be a father to his child. Like, what you do, it does reflect on what your child is going to end up doing. And thank you. Thank you, Eric. Um, you're there are women out there, and I have to say, I don't know. I know women, they keep the kids away because of whatever the situation is, and I don't know, I haven't done that. I don't see the purpose in making myself have to keep this child. I wasn't the only person with this kid. So you can go with your father, and whoever his girlfriend is, let her play stepmommy and let her use her money to continue to help me with you, because there are that sneakers I may not have to buy. That's clothes. Let her impress your daddy by taking care of you. And I wish more women would do that. Like, stop using the child and keeping the kid away from the father because he has a whole nother woman. Unless that woman is going to hurt your child, then that man shouldn't even be with her. But if he's with her, then you need to allow that man to be a father to his kid. As long as he ain't hurting that child, let him be a father to his kid. I need to water my plants back there. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna work on watering them after I leave here. I'm gonna water those plants. I know. Okay. Thank you guys. I made as far as I can go. I was hoping I can do the whole hour, but I did injure my back. And in order for me to try to walk, I need to say thank you so much. I need to say goodbye here and go cry like a baby and go take my medicine. So thank you guys for coming out. And I also want to say one more thing. There is a person who is constantly watching my videos, and they come and they let me know that they watch my videos, and they let me know that while I am on here live, that they are watching me and they are talking to me. So I'm going to say hi, Dice. How are you? Thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you. And I want you to know, and I'm letting the world know that I do appreciate you. And anyone else that watches my videos, I do appreciate all the support that I get from you guys. So goodbye. And let's go and honor our Black kings. Any Black king that you know, let's give them a call. Fathers or whatever, let's give them a call and just let them know that we love them and we honor them. And we don't need to just do it one day, because we know that Mother's Day is every single day, because we are a mother every single day. You are a father every single day. You should not just be honored just one day. You are a Black king from the time you wake up, the time your feet hit that floor, and you are doing what you need to do as a Black king. I want you to know there are women out here, including me, that respect, love, and honor you. And with that being said, next week, I'm going to be talking about baggage. So come through. The baggage that I'm going to be talking about is baggage that we bring into our relationships, from old relationships, from our past, from our history, and how we deal with them and how they hinder our current relationships. So that's what we're going to be talking about next week. So that should be fun. And I hope to see all of you. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend, and come back next Sunday at 3:30. Thank you guys. Okay, that one too. Thank you. Thank you guys.